We see a lot at our clinic people that have hearing aids that are maybe a few years old, that they've had for a little bit. We've got an example.
This is a really good example.
Really good example of a common hearing aid that we see that's maybe 5, 6 years old.
It's called the 3D by ReSound. So it's the 3D device. Kind of a clever name. Like, who doesn't want to hear in 3D? It's got all the different angles.
And we wanted to talk a little bit about how someone might be able to do better. Maybe 3 reasons why you might think about upgrading.
With the new technology, for example, this hearing device is a little easy to pick on just because it's already 5 to 6 years old. Typically about every 1.5 to 2 years, any of the main manufacturers, like the big manufacturers, they're going to come out with newer technologies. So for example, with this technology, just right off the bat looking at it, I can tell that it's a device that is using a circuit that's a little bit older. So this device is going to be a little bit slower. It's not going to be quite as quick in how it processes. So it's not going to have the advantages that the newer technologies have. With a slower circuit like this, the fitting range, instead of getting this much speech, the new devices give a little bit more speech because the fitting spectrum or the parameters for how much sound it can bring in is much greater. So it can, this particular device is going to be reduced in its ability to pick up sound quickly, and it's going to be not quite as good as bringing in all the different speech consonants, all the different speech cues that we want for the best clarity possible. So
if I've got this hearing aid, I come into the clinic, I say, hey, I'm looking maybe to upgrade. Reason number 1 to upgrade, the circuit.
Yeah.
It's faster. These are like mini computers. I tell people, the faster the processor, the better the sound is going to be.
You know what else? If you're faster, you advance. You keep going through the tournament. You're going to have a better chance of being a champion. This device, it is kind of slow. In today's, like what we're fitting today, when we compare it to what we were doing 5, 6 years ago, it's a little bit slow.
Better circuit. So I'd say number 2, the reason you'd want to upgrade this hearing aid is it's got a better battery system. This device and hearing aids had forever little tiny disposable batteries.
Yep.
And they were kind of hard to change for some people. If you didn't have good dexterity in your fingers, these little batteries were not easy to change. The new devices, rechargeable batteries. Now honestly, sometimes that makes people nervous because they say, well, what if I'm like going camping?
True.
Or what if I'm nervous about a rechargeable battery. The new rechargeable batteries are so good. They're lithium-ion batteries. They go about 30 hours on a charge. The battery itself is going to last maybe 4 years.
That sounds good.
So it's an awesome battery. And one advantage that you don't think of with with a rechargeable battery is that you can better waterproof the device.
Swish.
You can seal the device and get a better water-resistant coating all around it. So you're going to get a more durable device too. So that's my number 2.
You know what else happened when they changed out the battery and we had a more powerful system, a better battery system? We got the increased speed, we got the better waterproofing, much more convenience. Who wants to carry batteries? I don't.
Not me.
I don't want to see them in my wife's purse. I don't want to put them in the car. There's no more of that. So the rechargeable is great. But the other thing that improved with those speeds is the ability to pick up sounds around our head in different ways in comparison to noise. So a lot of the older devices have directional mics and they work in a way that's more fixed. The newer devices are trying to figure out where the speech is in reference to the noise, and it can actually pick up noise in front of you, behind you, to the side of you, and it's really trying to hone in on where's that noise, how do we reduce it, where's the speech, how do we maximize it. And so the beamforming technology that's in the newer devices is superior for trying to get speech to be sharper and louder than the noise and trying to suppress that noise. So the lithium-ion rechargeable battery did a lot of good things for the speed of the circuit, the ability to get the beamforming involved for less noise, better speech, the waterproofing. And the convenience of not having to deal with batteries. It's just it's like the trifecta. It's like so much better now. So
it's like hitting the 3-pointer instead of just taking the 2-pointer.
I know we were really focused on 3, but one big one that we didn't mention, and I've got to mention it, is with battery power getting lower and lower with the batteries, like this kind of product, we had an issue with connectivity to the cell phones. For example, if you were streaming a YouTube video or you were taking a phone call and your battery was getting low, maybe just in one ear, all of a sudden it would drop. And when one ear was dropping, they both would, because the hearing devices talk side to side. So I think hearing devices have a much better ability to connect to the iPads or the tablets, to the cell phones, you know, all the different smartphones and things. So
I agree.
The rechargeable helped that too, right?
So I think if I'm going to summarize, why should I upgrade? I'm going to say we have a better circuit. It's faster. It's a better processor, which results in better sound quality. It's got a better battery system. You've got rechargeable batteries that you don't have to worry about. When's it going to die? When do I need to change it? It's got better hearing and background noise. We've got better microphones that help with beam forming to really zoom in on voices. And it's even got more consistent streaming. So, boy, it's a no-brainer.
Swish.